Hi everybody, welcome back to Craft with Norma. Today I'm going to show you a small little journal that I've made, a rag book, fabric book, without a spine as such. Now I have been told that the way I've done it is like a flag book. I have never heard of a flag book, but I've been told on good authority that's the sort of way it's been made. So anyway, I'll give you a quick glimpse through it. So first of all, it's approximately 5 inches square, and I've gone and done 5 signatures inside. So we'll start with the cover. So with the cover, I've just used a collage of different mediums, and a little photo here with an eyelet there, and I've attached a little key on a rusty chain, and then just a small little tiny little paper clip there just to hold that little number in there. So that's the front page, and then if we open it out like so, again we've got another collage here of different bits and bobs. So we've got some rusty material here, we've got some stained, and I think I've used blackberries for that colour there, and because I've got that sort of purpley colour, I've just added a little tiny piece of some fabric that I got from Liberty in London, and then some little mushrooms, and I put them all on, and some paper there that's come out of one of my books that I had that's nearly 200 years old. And then on this page I've just used one of the Tim Holtz collage papers, which I absolutely adore. I think they're lovely, and I've just gone and pasted that on with some PVA on a piece of material and attached it, and then we've got a little tiny rusty pin there, and then just a little tag there with an eyelet in on that one. And then if you turn it over here, we've just done some stenciling with some of my paste that I make myself, and a little tiny piece of fabric with some printing on. And then on this side, again, I've used some of that lovely fabric from Liberty, and a small little collage there. And as you can see, all the way round, I've sewn, because that's how it's sewn into the book itself. And then on this side, I've got a little tiny piece of linen with some roses on, some antique lace, and a little tiny little tag there, with a couple of buttons on a little key ring there, just to give it a little bit more sort of texture. And on this side I've just gone and printed onto the material. It's cotton, light cotton, from an old pillowcase, and just collaged it on with a tag, and that's a piece of paper that it's mixed media paper that I used in one of my workshops, and I found a piece and I thought, oh, I could utilise that. And again, I stenciled on using the paste that I make. And because it was a young couple and I've got the word love up there, I thought I'd just put a little charm there, little heart charm there. And then turning it over here, we've got a leaf. I'm not really sure where the leaf dye is from. I think it might be Tim Holtz, but don't know. And again, one of the Tim Holtz collage tissue papers. And then that's one of the Tim Holtz stamps, and I'm not sure if it comes from one of the envelope die sets, if I remember rightly. And then on this side, I've used some rusted stained thread and ribbon, and then this is tissue, rusted tissue, and again a little tiny piece of muslin there with a little black button and a bulb clip. And then on this one I've done another leaf, a slightly different design, and this time what I've gone and done is used some of the clear embossing powder over the leaf itself, and for some unknown reason it sort of went black and smudged, but I quite like it anyway, so that was a sort of happy accident. And then on this one here I didn't put a little tag, I sort of left it, And then I tried to be really, really clean and did it on a piece of white cotton. And unfortunately you can see that I've got some stains that's come across from this rusty old nail. But that wasn't good planning on my part, I don't think. And then underneath here we've got a piece of vellum, and underneath there we've got a little picture of a little girl who looks like she's all dressed ready to go to Sunday school. Because I remember having to be dressed like that with a hat and a coat and etc. to go to Sunday school in the winter. And again, one of the collages from Tim Holtz. And then on this side I've just gone and used some very, very rusty, it's more like a heavy duty calico or sort of heavy duty linen, and I've gone and textured it. And as well as I've gone and used a rusting technique on it. And then we went away for a retreat and we came across these nails that are well rusted in an old bonfire that someone had set off. And I quite liked the fact that it was very, very textured. So again, I've just highlighted it on the back of a piece of page from one of the very, very old books that I have. And then a little photo, and I've made those look a little bit tatty too. And then I've just put here a rusty safety pin with 3 black little buttons there as the tag. And that turns over, and here we've gone and done a stencil and a little tiny piece of the Tim Holtz collage papers, just a little tiny strip that I've ripped out and I've added to it just to give it a little bit of writing on the page. And then highlighted in little tiny bits of orange. And that's one of the plants that I put through my laminator. A little leaf there from my garden. And then one of the mushrooms and a number. And then on this side, again, I've used one of the plants from my garden. Only this time I've just gone and sewn it across. Added a little tag there. And a little tiny piece of purple there, which I thought matched quite nice with these little odd bits of grey purpley things that's on the sort of canvasy type material that I've got there. And then a little tiny bug, which I got from Tanya in a pack that she sent me from Germany, so thank you. I am using your bits and pieces. And then on the back page here I've just done a circle, printed on it, and then put some clear embossing powder on it, a little stamp of birds that I'd stamped out, and I come across those. And then because I've got the blackbirds, I thought I'd do a little tiny nest with a little tiny button on it there, and just backed and then sewn it. And then for the actual binding, I've just used a piece of linen which I've gone and glued on to hide the spine as such. So when you're looking through it, you're not really sure how it's made. So that's my little rustic, charm-filled fabric book, or rag book as I like to call them. And I will be doing a video to show you how I've made it. So thank you for watching, hope you've enjoyed it, hope it's given you some ideas. If you haven't subscribed, please do, we'd love to have you with us. And if you have, great to see you again. And don't forget to hit the bell icon, because that will remind you when I've got a new video out. So thanks again for watching, speak to you soon, thanks, bye.